During World War II, people faced incredible challenges: rationing, shortages, and tight budgets. But out of those tough times came some of the smartest, most practical frugal living tips we've ever seen. And guess what? Many of them still work beautifully today. In this video, we're diving into 40 timeless frugal tips from World War II that can still help you save money, waste less, and live better. Let's get started. Section 1. Food and Kitchen. 1. Grow your own vegetables. During World War II, victory gardens became a vital source of food. Even if you live in a small apartment, a few pots on a balcony can help reduce your grocery bills significantly. 2. Preserve what you grow. Canning, pickling, and drying were essential skills during the war. Rather than letting surplus fruits or vegetables spoil, people preserved them to stretch their harvests and ensure food availability throughout the seasons. 3. Use every scrap. Nothing went to waste. Bones were simmered into broth, vegetable peels were turned into compost, and stale bread was reused for breadcrumbs or puddings. Every item had a second purpose in a frugal kitchen. 5. Cook from scratch. With processed food scarce and expensive, families returned to traditional cooking. Preparing meals from whole ingredients not only saved money, but also offered healthier and more nourishing food options for the entire household. 5. Eat less meat. Meat was heavily rationed, encouraging people to rely on plant-based proteins like lentils, beans, and peas. These alternatives were affordable, nutritious, and stretched further, making them staples in wartime and frugal kitchens alike. 6. Bake at home. Families baked their own bread, cakes, and cookies instead of buying them. Homemade baked goods cost much less, tasted better, and allowed households to control ingredients while making use of pantry staples creatively. 7. Plan meals carefully. Meal planning wasn't optional, it was essential. Households planned their meals with precision to avoid waste, manage their rations wisely, and ensure every ingredient was used fully without unnecessary last-minute purchases or spoilage. 8. Reuse fat drippings. Rather than discarding bacon grease or meat drippings, people saved them in jars to cook vegetables, fry potatoes, or flavor stews. This reduced reliance on butter or oil and added extra taste to meals. 9. Use powdered milk. Powdered milk became a pantry staple during shortages. It was shelf-stable, economical, and flexible, perfect for cooking, baking, or drinking, especially when fresh milk was expensive or simply unavailable in local stores. 10. Share meals with neighbors. Community spirit ran high. Families often pooled resources with neighbors for shared meals, reducing individual costs, encouraging collaboration, and ensuring everyone had access to nutritious food, even during difficult times. Section 2. Clothing and personal care. 11th. Make do and mend. Instead of discarding worn or torn clothing, people learned to sew, patch, and repair their garments. This extended the life of every item and made the most of limited wartime resources. 12th. Repurpose old clothes. Clothing was constantly reused. A worn-out dress could be turned into a skirt, or an old shirt might become handkerchiefs or cleaning rags. Every piece of fabric had potential for something new. 13th. Hand wash to extend life. Frequent machine washing can wear clothing down quickly. During wartime, hand washing with care helped garments last longer, preserved fabric integrity, and saved energy at a time when every resource mattered. 14. Air-dry clothes. Electric dryers were rare and considered a luxury. Hanging clothes on a line or rack not only saved money and energy, but also helped prevent shrinkage, fading, and unnecessary wear on fabrics. 15. Knit your own items. People knitted scarves, socks, mittens, and sweaters at home. It was an affordable way to stay warm, reduce dependency on stores, and use leftover yarn or recycled wool from old garments. 16. Swap clothes with friends. Clothing swaps were popular among families and friends. Exchanging clothes, especially children's outfits, helped reduce expenses, refreshed wardrobes, and made the most of garments that kids had quickly outgrown. 17. Keep shoes polished. Regularly polishing and caring for shoes helped them last for many years. During the war, buying new footwear was rare, so maintenance and care were crucial to preserving what people already owned. 18. Save buttons, zippers, and fabric scraps. Before throwing away worn clothes, people removed and saved buttons, zippers, and usable fabric. These parts were reused in mending other garments or making new items entirely from old materials. 19. Use less makeup and beauty products. During wartime, many women embraced simpler routines. With fewer products available, natural skincare and minimal makeup were the norm, saving money and encouraging self-care without the need for costly cosmetics. 20. Cut hair at home. Trips to the barber or salon were often skipped to save money. Many families learned to give each other basic haircuts or trims, a frugal habit that remains useful even today. Section 3. Home and utilities. 21. Turn off lights when not in use. Electricity was rationed and costly, so families made it a habit to switch off lights when leaving a room. Conserving energy wasn't just smart, it was a daily act of responsibility. 22nd. Use blackout curtains. Originally used for safety during air raids, blackout curtains also provided insulation. They helped regulate room temperatures, reduced heating needs in winter, and kept interiors cooler during hot summer days. 23rd. Heat only the room you're in. Instead of heating the entire house, families gathered in one room to stay warm. This strategy conserved fuel, reduced energy bills, and turned shared spaces into cozy, frugal living environments. 24. Layer up before turning up the heat. Before reaching for the thermostat, people added layers, sweaters, wool socks, and blankets. Dressing warmly indoors was a cost-effective and energy-saving alternative to constantly relying on heaters or coal stoves. 25. Reuse water. Nothing was wasted. Bath water was often reused for scrubbing floors or flushing toilets. Every drop had value, and water conservation was a common-sense approach to managing household resources effectively. 26. Cook multiple meals at once. Batch cooking became a wartime routine. Families prepared several meals in one go, maximizing oven use, saving fuel or wood, and freeing up time later in the week for other essential chores. 27th. Use draft stoppers on doors. To keep warm air inside and cold air out, people placed draft stoppers, often handmade, along doors and windowsills. This simple trick helped reduce heating costs and kept rooms more comfortable. 28th. Repair broken items. If something stopped working, you didn't toss it, you fixed it. From radios to kitchen chairs, families learned basic repairs and extended the life of household items, avoiding unnecessary spending. 29th. Use reusable cloths instead of paper towels. Paper goods were scarce and expensive. Instead, families cut up old clothes to use as rags for cleaning, drying, or wiping. Washable, long-lasting, and far more economical than disposables. 30. Share tools and equipment with neighbors. Instead of buying new, people borrowed what they needed. Lawnmowers, sewing machines, and even kitchen appliances were shared, fostering community ties and keeping expenses low during financially strained times. Section 4. Money and mindset. 31. Live below your means. During World War II, spending less than you earned wasn't just advice, it was a survival strategy. Families adapted to tight budgets, prioritizing essentials and delaying gratification to maintain financial stability under harsh conditions. 32nd. Prioritize needs over wants. There was no room for luxury. Purchases were driven by necessity, not desire. People learned to distinguish between what was truly essential and what could wait, helping them stay grounded and financially responsible. 33rd. Save for emergencies. Even when money was tight, families made an effort to save small amounts for unexpected expenses. That habit built financial resilience and helped them manage emergencies without turning to debt or desperation. 34th. Embrace secondhand. New items were rare and costly, so people gladly accepted hand-me-downs, bought used goods, or repurposed older belongings. Secondhand shopping wasn't stigmatized. It was a practical, respectable way to stretch household income. 35th. DIY entertainment. Without access to expensive outings, families created their own fun. Board games, storytelling, home concerts, and reading became the norm. These activities built stronger bonds and cost little to nothing, frugal and fulfilling. 36. Trade and barter. Instead of money, many exchanged goods or services. A neighbor might fix your fence in return for baked goods. This system kept communities functioning even when cash was short and stores were bare. 37th. Use a shopping list. Trips to the store were planned carefully. Shopping lists helped prevent impulse purchases, ensured nothing was forgotten, and kept spending within budget. A simple but effective habit still recommended by financial experts today. 38. Avoid debt. Credit cards didn't exist for most households, and borrowing was considered a last resort. People saved up before spending, fostering patience, discipline, and a mindset of financial independence over instant gratification. 39th. Teach kids about frugality early. Children were actively involved in rationing, chores, and savings goals. These lessons taught them responsibility and money management from a young age, skills that stayed with them for life and shaped future generations. 40. Waste nothing, appreciate everything. Perhaps the most powerful lesson of all, wartime frugality bred deep gratitude. People learned to value what they had, use every resource wisely, and find contentment not in abundance, but in appreciation. Those wartime generations were resilient, creative, and resourceful, and there's so much we can learn from them. If you found these tips inspiring, give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone who loves old-fashioned wisdom. Don't forget to subscribe for more timeless, frugal living ideas. Until next time, spend smart, live well, and waste nothing.